Wife's friend said, no intimacy until he obeys. He obeyed. Their advice to make her single. My blood ran cold reading message after message. These women had spent weeks plotting against me like a science experiment. Her friend was typing, remember, no intimacy until he learns to obey. Men are simple creatures. They respond to reward and punishment just like dogs. My wife responded, it's working. He's doing more around the house. I told him no intimacy until he proves he respects me. And he's been so much more compliant. I stood there frozen, reading months of manipulation in black and white. They discussed withholding physical affection, making unreasonable demands about chores and finances, turning my marriage into their entertainment. One friend wrote, men need to learn their place. Once you break him down completely, he'll be grateful for any crumbs of affection you give him. But as I read further, I discovered something bigger. One friend mentioned, once you establish this pattern of him being controlling and difficult, it'll be perfect evidence for divorce proceedings. You'll come out looking like the victim. They weren't just training me to be obedient. They were setting me up for complete destruction, planning to paint me as an abusive, controlling husband while documenting manufactured evidence. That's when I realized they had made one critical mistake. They underestimated who they were dealing with. Instead of confronting my wife, I decided to play their game better than they ever could. The next morning, when she handed me a weekend's worth of chores, I smiled and said, of course, honey, whatever makes you happy. Her eyes lit up with satisfaction. She had no idea I was now playing chess while she was still playing checkers. I started documenting everything, every unreasonable demand, every manipulative comment, every time she withheld affection as punishment. My phone became a recording device, capturing her behavior patterns. Meanwhile, I quietly opened a separate bank account, contacted a lawyer, and secured important documents. Every night, she texted her friends about her progress, never knowing I was preparing for the real game. The hardest part was pretending to be frustrated by her coldness. She would lecture me about earning her affection, using lines from her friend's playbook. I played my part perfectly, apologizing and promising to do better. Her friends started visiting more frequently, making comments about my progress, like livestock judges. They had no idea my phone was recording everything. The most revealing moment came when I discovered she was talking to a divorce attorney, describing my supposed controlling behavior, while planning to use her friends as witnesses to my psychological abuse. The irony was incredible. She was describing her own manipulation tactics while painting me as the abuser. After months of gathering evidence, I decided it was time for the final move. I told my wife I wanted to host a dinner party to celebrate our improved relationship. She was thrilled, thinking this was her chance to display her successful husband training project. The evening arrived and our dining room filled with the conspirators and their unsuspecting husbands. During appetizers, I played the perfect host while my wife beamed at how domesticated I'd become. Before we start dinner, I announced, I want to share something special, a presentation about transformation and honest communication in marriage. I connected my laptop to the TV and began with a slide titled, The Art of Psychological Manipulation, a Case Study. The room went silent. Over the past few months, I've been documenting a fascinating experiment in behavioral control, I continued calmly. Tonight, I want to share what I learned about conspiracy, manipulation, and consequences. The first audio recording filled the room. My wife's voice discussing how to train me like a dog, her friends laughing about men being simple creatures. The wives' faces went white as their husbands recognized their voices participating in the conspiracy. I played recordings, showed screenshots of their group chat, and revealed the divorce attorney consultation where my wife planned to frame me for psychological abuse using fabricated evidence. The devastation was complete. Her friends' marriages exploded in real time as their husbands realized they'd been married to calculating manipulators. The beautiful irony, I concluded, is that they followed their own advice perfectly. They told my wife to make me single, and through their actions, they succeeded. Divorce papers were filed yesterday. 3 marriages ended that night, and a conspiracy was completely exposed. My wife's entire support network collapsed around her. The divorce proceedings were swift. While she had planned to take half of everything plus compensation for psychological abuse, the evidence of her manipulation resulted in a settlement heavily in my favor.